The Hornets start off the season at 3-0 and potentially could be in the top 5, maybe top 3 by next week. So we're going up to Syracuse, New York. Why do you ask? We got a Big East and MEAC matchup. That's right. All the way from Nashville come the Tennessee State Tigers. They're in Syracuse, New York to take on the Syracuse Orange of the Big East. Now keep in mind, Syracuse was not in the ACC during this time. Remember, they did not join the ACC until the 2012-2013 summer. During this time, they were in the Big East. So here they go, going out to the field. And there goes Tennessee State taking the field. And there goes their starting quarterback, Rodney Starks, who's had a great start to the season so far. Almost 600 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit, surprisingly, they're taking Tennessee State in this game. So the MEAC got to come up here and represent hard. So the game kicks off, and Tennessee State on offense first. There goes Rodney Starks taking the snap. He pops back the pass, and that's caught by Tom Smith. And with that reception, Tom Smith now holds the record for most receptions in NCAA history in a career. Congrats to Tom. But that time, Rodney Starks got popped. What a hit right there. Now this might be the first of many. Stay tuned. 4th and 5 situation. They're going for it, surprisingly. And Starks is under pressure and he gets sacked. That right there, sack number 3 already for this Orange defense. But this time, Banks drops back the pass, and that pass is picked off by Campbell. An excellent play on the ball there by Campbell. Tennessee State's back on offense. And then Starks popping, and it's picked off by Justin McPhee, the impact player at free safety. And he goes in for a pick-6. First one of the day for the defense of Syracuse, that is. Starks goes back, pops it. He finds his favorite target, Tom Smith. He gets the first down. 1st and 10 once again. Starks pops it. It's deflected and it's picked off. And we're going the other way. And it's Fred Burns taking it back for a pick-6. 2 possessions, 2 pick-6s for the Syracuse Orange defense. So now Tennessee State got to get back into the game. This time Starks finds Williams on the left side and gets tackled around the 40-yard line. At the Syracuse 39. There goes Starks taking the snap, drops back the pass. He pops it. He finds his tight end, Quentin Baker. He takes it for a first down, but he gets injured. That's so unfortunate. Starks drops back the pass, and he's under pressure again, and he gets sacked. Another sack on Starks. Play fake right here. Starks pops it up the middle. It's caught by Tom Smith. Oh, he broke 2 defenders, and he takes that thing to the crib. What a play by Tom Smith. Touchdown, Tennessee State Tigers. What a play on the cover 2 as Tom Smith finds the vulnerability up the middle, breaks through 2 defenders, and takes it to the bank. Tom Smith continuing to add on to his college football legacy. Look at Starks right here. It's a 14-10 game now. And this time he finds Williams in traffic. Great catch there by Williams. So now we're at the 32. They're going for it on 4th and 5. And he finds Tom Smith at the corner. He makes a beautiful catch. That was beautiful by Tom Smith. He had well over 100 yards in this game. So far, he has it on 4 receptions. So this time on 2nd and goal, Starks finds his fullback Little in the flat, and he easily goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee State. They now have the lead at 17-14. But then here goes Walter Banks getting sacked, and he gets injured. But don't worry, he will be right back. So Tennessee State has the ball now. Rodney Starks pops in on the play fake. He tries to at least, and he gets sacked. And Jones with his 4th sack of the day. Jones had 6 sacks in this game. 2nd and long. He pops it one more time, and that's picked off. This time it's Keenan Williams, and he's going in for another pick-6. That's 3 pick-6s for the Syracuse Orange defense. Crazy. And with that, they now have the lead. Starks under pressure one more time, and he gets sacked again. Jones with another sack. 4th and long. They decide to punt. So now here goes James backing up Walter Banks, and he gets picked off. And now Anthony Owen, he's injured, and he's out for the rest of the game. That's unfortunate. 1st and 10 for Rodney Starks, a play action. He pops it, and this time Tom Smith makes a beautiful diving catch. What a catch there by the greatest hands in the history of college football. 2nd and 10, another play fake. There goes Starks, popping it, rolling out to the left, and it gets picked off a deflection. That looks like Justin McPhee again. That's Rodney Starks' 4th pick of the game, and it was Justin McPhee. That man that caught the first pick 6. 3rd and 14, and then there goes James popping it off his back foot, and that's picked off again. A disastrous performance by both offenses. Tennessee State's defense has 4 turnovers. The Syracuse defense has 3 turnovers. All 3 turnovers resulting in the scores for Syracuse, that is. And then here goes Rodney Starks on the pressure one more time, and he gets sacked. What more does Starks have to endure? So 3rd and 17, he's under pressure again, and he gets sacked, and they bring pressure from the edge. In the secondary, Rodney Starks is out for the rest of the game with the shoulder injury. Walter Banks is back in though. This time he's looking deep, and that pass is caught, and he's high-stepping in the end zone, and that's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. That is a wrap as Walter Banks comes back in and puts down the exclamation point, the nail in the coffin, to put off the Tennessee State Tigers. Syracuse wins 28-17 over Tennessee State. Another gritty game that was dominated by both defenses, but unfortunately for Tennessee State, they made too many mistakes and it cost them. Now we're going to the game of the week. It's an SEC East matchup. It's a rivalry game to be more precise. Tennessee Volunteers are in town to take on the Florida Gators in the Swamp. Tennessee State comes into this game ranked number 3. The Florida Gators move up to number 12 after they defeated North Carolina A&T in this stadium just last week. The number 3 Tennessee Volunteers have James Washington, a man who's had a rough start to the season, but despite that, he has 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and he's pretty efficient. Now, the Tennessee State Volunteers are favored to win this game, considering they have the better defense and for the most part a better offense. And look at James Washington finding his guy, going up the right side and tackled inside the 30-yard line. That was A.J. Owens on the catch. There goes James Green taking the handoff, going up the gut, running over people, and tackled at the 10-yard line. And then at the goal line, there he goes again, taking the handoff and fighting his way into the end zone. A Rocky Top touchdown. The Tennessee Volunteers strike blood first. So here they go once again on offense. This time Washington's looking for Rodgers, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown Tennessee, 14-0 going into the end of the first quarter. What a start for the Tennessee offense. For the Gator defense have absolutely no answer. So here goes Tennessee State once again. This time Rodgers is looking deep for one of his favorite targets in A.J. Owens, and he makes the catch. He's tackled inside the 15-yard line. That led to a 17-0 game. This time there goes Victor Talley. He's looking deep for his guy Robinson, and he makes the catch and it back in the end zone. And the Florida Gators are right back into this thing in the middle of the third quarter. But that's about all this Florida Gator offense will get all game. For this Tennessee Volunteer defense was straight out stingy. Look at this play. There goes Victor Talley stepping back the pass. He pops it deep, and that pass gets deflected off the back of the wide receiver and picked off by Jefferson. 3rd and 12 situation now. Talley with all the pass. Talley gets sacked. Another sack on Talley. They had like 3 sacks on him today. So eventually the score is 20-7. This time Talley's popping it deep, and it's picked off this time by Andy Terrell, and he takes it back for a pick-6. And ladies and gentlemen, the Tennessee Volunteers go down to the Swamp and invade it and win 27-7. The Rocky Top offense didn't have to do much because that Tennessee defense kept the Florida Gators in check. Great performance by the Tennessee Volunteers. So let's look at the rest of the scores throughout the SWAC. Oklahoma, the number 1 team in the country, ran the floor with Jackson State, beating them 51-17. Florida A&M just got mollywopped by North Carolina. Cincinnati beat Prairie View. Southern keeps coming close to beating these teams. They lost to Purdue though. Iowa State all over Mississippi Valley State 27-9. Boise State defeat Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman is now 0-3. Grambling State finally get their first win of the season. as they defeat Southern Miss. Norfolk State beat Arkansas Pine Bluff by 10 points. Kentucky squeaks by Alabama A&M 34-29. Oregon State beat Alcorn State 49-17. Oregon State's ranked number 12. Texas Southern come up short versus Missouri in overtime 41-38. Meanwhile, over at the MEAC, Delaware State beat ECU. North Carolina A&T beat UAB. You saw Syracuse beating Tennessee State. Illinois had their way with Howard. We saw Norfolk over Pine Bluff. And Oklahoma State defeat South Carolina State 31-19. Now, as far as the results, the MEAC had a much better weekend than the SWAC. No doubt about that. So let's look over to the top 25 poll. You see Oklahoma's ranked number 1. Tennessee State goes up to number 2 after their win. Look who's at number 4 though. Them Alabama State Hornets. We're in the top 5 now. Ain't nothing you can tell us. No, just playing. We gonna stay humble and we gonna keep beating teams the best of our abilities. So as we look at the rest of the top 25, I just want to say I'm having much fun recording other teams play. But I'm also realizing, have y'all noticed that we've had at least one pick-6 in every game since we started recording them? That's crazy, right? It shows you how bad the AI is in this game for the most part, especially with the passing. The passing overall in this game is very hard because mainly the DBs recover very, very fast. Like, notice every time the ball is released, a DB is right on it. It's like they turn into the Flash as soon as the ball is released by the quarterback. That is crazy to me. So enough about that. Let's look at the Heisman watch list. There goes Ryan James. There goes Matthews. And there goes Gene Speedy Singleton moving up to 3rd. Right there in the middle of the list. So we're going to continue to make sure we keep feeding him the ball because he's no doubt our best player on offense. Where would we be without Gene Singleton? Hell, where would this program be without the man all the way from VA, Justin Chambers? We need to check up on him, though. We need to see how he's doing in the NFL with the Patriots. We swept the SWAC Awards for the week. Gene Speedy Singleton, Offensive Player of the Week for his magnificent performance against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. I'm about to say Tennessee, I'm tripping. Blake Rollins, though, 5 tackles, 3 for loss, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions for Defensive SWAC Player of the Week. Look at the MEAC, though. Look at Corey Harrison. Look at his performance. 367, 4 touchdown passes. Steve Cox for North Carolina A&T, though. 10 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a sack, and an interception. That man went off. So that concludes this edition of The Sting. Join us next time. We got them big bad Braves coming to town. That's right. Them boys from Lawman, Mississippi. We got the Alcorn State Braves coming to town to take on the Alabama State Hornets. We're on a 9-game winning streak, and we're looking to increase that to 10. Join us, will you? We'll hope to see you there.